then arrays as parameters, right? So we can pass arrays like variables as parameters into functions. So what we can do is we just want to create a function called, and this is just, let's just use void, right? So void function, this is a keyword, right? So void spread is going to spread the array, and we have to pass in the parameters. So how do we create a parameter for an array argument? So what we can do is we have to declare the type of the, for variables you declare the type and then you say variable name. So the variable and then the name, just like a variable, we can pass in arrays like that as well. So int, the array is going to be an integer, is going to be a collection of integer values, and we want to call it array1 or whatever we want. And we want to put in this, because without this square brackets, then this is a variable, and this is going to be just a normal variable, right? So we want to put in this to be an array variable. Then after that, we can just pass in the second one depending on the function we are writing, right? I saw this from the C++ website. So a second one called length. So we are going to pass in two parameters. You pass in an array argument and then a number, right? So what will this function do? So then let's write out what this function will do. So let me just come up here and then copy this code. We paste it. So what this function spread will be doing, it is going to spread out this value, is going to present them well. So for I is equal to 0. So this is just a 1D array. So we'll be using just one for loop over here, right? So I'll go ahead and clear out all of this output. And mind you, I am inside a void function. So let me just cut this. So we declare the function outside of the void function because we were inside a void function. So we'll come up here and then declare it in here, over here. So we want to take an array parameter and want to input the length as well of that particular array. And what we want to do is we want to say for I is equal to 0, I should be less than the length, and we'll pass that parameter as well. And then we have to increase it, and then we just have to print out array 1, those elements at I, and we want to issue a tab, and that's it. So this is a function. So when we call it, we can then print out this parameter, the array. Note that this is how to pass it as a parameter. So we come down here, maybe I'm talking a lot. So we come down here and then we want to call it. So we've now created a function for the spreading or the organizing. So we call out spread, and what we want to pass it passes numbers because this is an array. Whoops, and this has, let me clear this to make it 4 elements. So this array has 4 elements, and I would want to add so this array has 4 elements, and we are passing it into the spread, and we want to specify that this array is of size 4. So what I want to do is I just want to print this out. So cout and print this, or I should not do this because there's a print statement already in the spread. There's a print statement here already, so when you call it, it will automatically print it out. So I don't need to output this as well. I don't need to use a print statement here. So let's just go ahead and run this, and there's nothing new that it will be doing. It's just that we put whatever functionality that we want under a function so that we can always call it and reuse. So let's say that we have an array called numbers2 or an array of strings. You can just call this function to reorganize your values for you. And if it's that 2D, you can rewrite this function to be two-dimensional, to have 2 for loops, right? So that's how to pass arrays as parameters. And we can pass, this is just a 1D array, we can pass 2D arrays as parameters as well, right? So see you in the next tutorial.